Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to QnA Saturday. QnA Saturday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I answer your questions about a variety of subjects, usually centered around the next update for the Minecraft console, which we're currently calling TU31, by the way. With that said, all of these questions about that and a variety of other stuff do come from last week's comment sections. If you want to ask any for next week's Q&A, please do ask them in the comments down below. That's where all these questions come from. So with that said, if you do like QnA Saturday, please do like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and let's maybe see another one next week and want to see the series continue, because I think it's pretty fun personally, and hopefully you will do too. With that said though, we do need to get into the first question, because that's a key part of Q&A Saturday, and the first question actually comes in from Zerby415, who asks #pickles. Toycat, when do you think we'll be getting command blocks in console, if we actually do? Also, would they be used like in PC, because that would be tedious. So let's kind of just address why this came up, because obviously the Pocket Edition had the big announcement this week that, oh yeah, they're going to be having command blocks, and that means people have to ask, why not the console though? And the thing about the console and command blocks is it was never really explained why we didn't get them. There's a few features from PC updates where it was explicitly explained why we didn't get them, the biggest example being the Book and Quill. The Book and Quill, it was said that we weren't ever going to get that, because why would you want to type a book on the console? However, interestingly enough, the command block, it was just pulling the game files, it's in there, it's sitting in there, but currently it doesn't do anything, or actually it does, but we'll get into that later. So, yeah, what I imagine the, 4J were actually waiting for before they put in the full command block functionality is they were going to wait for the GUI to come out for the PC. Again, if you don't know, the PC guys hinted for quite some time that they were going to add a graphical user interface to the command block on the PC, because right now you have to type and you have to know the commands to know /tp@p to insert coordinates. That's a really basic command, but you still need to know quite a bit, whereas you could instead have just a button where you click teleport Toycat to and then insert coordinates. You could make things much easier with a graphical user interface, and that's what they intend to do. So what I imagine they're going to wait for is they're going to wait for that to happen, or they might take the system from the Pocket Edition, because the Pocket Edition has to have a system like that. It can't just use the PC system. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see what the Pocket Edition and the PC do, but I imagine command blocks will be coming in the next year or two at some point. Like, it's a key part of a lot of stuff on PC, and it has to come to the console, especially if Realms are coming, but we'll get into that later. So with that said, I do want to quickly just say, yeah, the command block didn't, was never officially explained why it's not coming, unlike the Book and Quill, which was explicitly said as not coming. And the interesting thing about the command block is it is sitting in the game files right now, and it also actually does kind of work. This is something I don't think I've ever shown in a video, but you can mod the command block to make it do very specific commands of very specific areas of the world, which is, it doesn't count for much. It's not a fully working command block, but the command block is almost there, which is a good little hint for it coming in the future, just in case that helps you believe it a little bit more. With that said though, I've spent way too long on that first question, so let's move on to the second one, shall we? Which is a very simple one. It's just from Johannes Norspel, who says, yay, I'm from Norway, and then they said Norge in the comments. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of respond to this one, because I mentioned how I'd been to a bunch of different countries and I list them all, and I would like to actually say, to you and everyone else from Norway, I don't know how many people watch my videos from there, I think Norway is probably the nicest country I went to, because not only is, everyone there, like, super nice, like, the stereotype is true, but also, like, when people say, like, beautiful, like, nature and stuff, like, trees and forests and stuff don't interest me, but, like, seeing, like, mountains covered in snow and frozen lakes and stuff, that's pretty cool, and also, there's skiing and stuff, so yeah, I just wanted to quickly clarify, your country is probably the best one I've been to, too, so yeah, go your country, Johannes Norspel. With that said, though, let's move on to the next question. Just wanted to sidetrack to talk about how much I love Norway, to answer BoyWonder193's question, which is #QnA and pickles, ooh, fancy, and how will banner designing work for Minecraft on the console? So a lot of people ask this question, and I guess it's a pretty key one, because if you don't know, banners aren't just a thing where you have 12 coloured banners and it's as simple as that. You can customize banners, and there's something like quintillions of different combinations you can make, because you can put vines on there to make different edges, you can put stripes on there, you can put a golden apple on there to put a Mojang logo. So with all of that said, how will banner designing work for the console, where we obviously have the automatic crafting? I imagine, if you look at the fireworks, it has the same system. I imagine the same system will be used there, plus you could always use classic crafting, or maybe it'll force you to use classic crafting. It's going to do something like that, because you need to be able to customize it yourself, and that's what they're going to do. So if it does come in the future, I guess, but it's almost certain the banner will be coming. It hasn't been confirmed, but it is something that's probably coming in the next update, based on a lot of, like, hints they've left on the Microsoft streams. So yeah, that's how banner designing will work when it does come, presumably in the next update or two. So with that said, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Daniel Devan, who asks #QnA, would you like Realms or 1.9 in the next update in console? And this is a really hard one, because obviously I'm not in charge. Just in case any of you are like, oh, is Toycat going to make the decision? Because some people generally do think, for some reason, that, like, I'm making the shots here. But if I had to pick, if I was somehow in charge charge for a day, and I was like, here's the decision you need to make between Realms and 1.9, which if you don't know are the two major candidates for the next update. I would say 1.9, because 1.9 is going to take longer than Realms, I imagine, so it'd probably, delay it a little bit. But if once we catch up to 1.9 on the PC is going to take realistically at least a year to bring out its next update. I mean, they're slowing down and down and down there. So what I imagine is, 1.9, it would be a better console feature, because then we'd be able to have PC for the next year or so, and then they could focus on all these console things we've needed for a while. So think about stuff like Realms. Yeah, you can focus on that because there's no real, hassle of like, oh no, but then the PC will get too far ahead. You could focus on doing the kind of modding system, like on the Pocket Edition, and there's a bunch of cool things I would like to see them do, which would be possible if they put 1.9 there. So yeah, plus 1.9 to me is a really cool update. I'd like to see the same version across console and PC. It makes things easier because, every now and then there's just something on the PC that confuses me because it's different to 1.8, and it's like, I just want this to all be the same. So yeah, that's why I'd like to see 1.9. I think honestly Realms would be a better feature, but I'd like to see 1.9 first, just to get it out of the way and to keep every version up to date. So I don't know if that's the correct answer to your question, but it's the one I have for you. So the next question comes in from X Ninja Boss Space X. I don't know what that's doing there, but yeah, they ask #pickles and cucumbers, which I thought were the same thing. But yeah, let's just answer the question, which is, where do you get ideas for your videos? So a lot of people ask this one when they scroll through the videos, because you'll notice there's a consistently inconsistent theme across my videos, and they also generally have bizarre stuff. Since I'd switched my channel to being the kind of variety kind of thing it is, coming up with ideas is, of course, probably the harder, probably, like 50% of a video, coming up with a good idea to turn into a video. So, yeah, a lot of people ask, where do you get the ideas? And for the most part, it's just either one, I'm playing the game and I think, I would love to know about that. Maybe some other people would too. I'll make a video. Either two, I'll read some comments and someone suggests something. So, how long it takes to destroy a PC world. Someone was like, hey, you remember we made that video on console? It'd be cool if you made it again for PC. And then the third one is, I'll just be scrolling through small videos, and I'll be like, oh yeah, lots of people really love that one, and I like making it. Let's make another one, or, let's make something along the same lines. So, how do I come up with ideas for my videos? I either just sit there thinking about it, or one of those three things. Play Minecraft, read comments, or look at old videos. Not watch old videos. That'd be kind of weird. Although, at some point, I'll forget all my old videos, and I'll be able to watch them like they're new again. But maybe that's asking for too much. Anyway, let's move on to the next question before I start talking about my own videos too much. Which comes in from two people, because they asked the same question right next to each other, and I assumed, this is fate, right? Because they both asked, could the console get infinite size world, or are there at least expansions of the world? So the thing about the world size that the old gen and the Wii U and the PS Vita actually have is it's limited for a reason, and that reason is mostly RAM. You've got to bear in mind, these old consoles, all three of them, well, not the Wii U, but these old consoles have very big RAM limitations, and it means to store an entire world like that causes some problems. I can't go into the exact details because I'm not entirely sure why, but basically, yeah, the reason those versions of the game are much more cut down is because obviously they're very old piece of hardware. It's the same as if you had a 2005 PC that you're trying to run Minecraft on. It's probably not going to run too great, except 4J optimized it so it can run at 60 FPS, it can run at 720p, which is HD, it just can't have the full-size world, which is it's a big compromise to make. I wish there was a way to turn it off and maybe be like, oh, I'll run at 30 FPS at 480p to have an infinite world, but it's something you had to do on the consoles. And the second issue is actually storage size. So infinite worlds can't come for that reason, and world expansion for last gen can't come for RAM reasons, which is a bummer, but that's the answer to your question. So with that said, let's move on to the next one, shall we? Which comes in from Contoman, who asks, what OS do you use on your PC? Which is one I feel like it's designed to stir controversy, but I'll be quick with this one and say, on my main PC, the one I'm recording this video on, and that I do all my editing and recording and all that stuff on, I use Windows 7 right now. I know I should probably upgrade to 10 at some point, but I really don't really want to. And on one of my other laptops, I have Windows 10, the one I use for like downloading maps and stuff. And then on the laptop I actually use when I'm out about in different countries and stuff, I actually have a MacBook, because Mob Crush only supports streaming from Mac, which is bizarre. So yeah, that's the reason for that. I out of the three, I obviously prefer Windows 7 the most. I think OS X has some nice stuff going for it, but I much prefer Windows for a whole bunch of reasons. That I could spend a whole video talking about it, but instead of trashing people who use Macs, I'll just say, it's a preference thing, which it truly is. So let's move to the next question, which comes in from Catchalina, who is a mod on the streams if you don't know, and they ask, waffles or pancakes? Explain your reasoning. So this one is the breakfast showdown. Now, this is the ultimate breakfast showdown, and the answer to this one is gotta be waffles for me, because the thing about waffles and pancakes is bad pancakes are probably better than bad waffles, but good waffles have got to be better than good pancakes. Like, you know, have you ever, I don't know if they have these everywhere, but like there's this one stand somewhere in London where they sell like these amazing waffles, and they cost like £3 for a waffle, which is a lot, but they cover it in chocolate sauce and cream and all this stuff, and it's the most delicious thing. And actually, Burger King sells pretty good waffles too. But yeah, basically, good waffles are better than good pancakes in my opinion. You have to cover, pancakes in maple syrup to the point where you can barely taste the pancake anymore, and I think that means the waffle's just better here. So with that said, waffle has to be better than pancakes right there. So with that said, let's move to the next question from Coca Kitty, who asks, #QnA, do you think we'll ever catch up to the PC? Yes, we did it once, in fact, but we were caught up for a whole 3 months there, and we'll be caught up again at some point this year. So yeah, we will catch up to the PC, and it will be this year, I can say with almost certainty. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But yeah, with that said, let's move on to the final question here, which comes in from Bob Jedi, who is an Ender Pearl, as it turns out. And they ask, #QnA, are you planning on going stateside? So I figured I actually would just mention this here, because it's funny. They asked this just as I booked everything. Because I spend a lot of time looking at, like, last-minute flights for stuff, because it's like, oh, they suddenly get cheaper a lot. And I found a budget airliner, which would take me to the US for actually pretty cheap. So yeah, I'm going to the US in less than 2 weeks, actually, as of this video going live. So yeah, I'm going to New England and New York, because they're copies of UK places, so I should like them, right? But yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I might, like, do some vlogs with the experience, like, on the second channel, IBX2Cat, because, everything about it's going to be bizarre, like, budget airlines going across, but long-distance budget airlines is a weird thing, like Ryanair, but across a sea. It's Norwegian, I think. But yeah, and also, just being in the US for the first time is going to be bizarre, because obviously the US is the country that we all see, everyone who's not from the US sees in their media, and it's going to be kind of bizarre to actually be there. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious as to, whether it will live up to the name. I'm curious about New England, if it's actually like England, or if that's a lie for name. And I'm also curious about New York, because it's probably one of the biggest cities in the world, and I like big cities. So with that said, I think that's everything I need to say for today. Hopefully you did all enjoy today's Q&A Saturday. If you did, please do like it and let me know. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos just like this one every single day on my channel, including Q&A Saturday every, guess what, it's Saturday. And if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.